Elect, 6b, Chapter 2, The Young Writers Club. In this chapter, we learn how to write stories. We're going to start by taking a look at some vocabulary. Treasure, a group of valuable things such as gold, silver, jewels, etc. Assistant, someone who helps someone else in their work, especially by doing the less important jobs. They found the spot where the treasure was buried. Spot, place. Buried, to put something under the ground, often in order to hide it. Exclaimed, to say something suddenly and loudly because you are surprised, angry, or excited. Wondered, to think about something that you are not sure about and try to guess what is true, what will happen, etc. Crept. This is the past tense of creep. To move quietly and carefully to avoid attracting attention. Professor Plum spotted some footprints. Spotted. Noticed. Footprints. Marks made by a foot or a shoe. Let's take a look at some action verbs. We use action verbs to describe what characters did in a story. Was sailing. Jim was sailing. Swam. We swam in the sea. Here are some more action verbs. The verbs in the main box are opposites. Arrive or reach. Leave. Appear, disappear. Fight, save. Drop, find. Win, lose. Here are some more verbs. Turn into, fall, chase, catch, rub, wave. It's time to do some practice exercises. Complete the sentences. Use the past tense form of the following verbs. Drop, find, fight, save, lose, win, rub, appear. Take a few moments and try to fill in the blanks. Listen to the answers and see how you have done. Number 1. George was a brave knight who fought the dragon and saved the princess. Number 2. Aladdin rubbed the magic lamp and a genie appeared. Number 3. The king lost the battle and the giant won. The giant became the king of the land. Number 4. Cinderella dropped her lovely slipper and the prince found it. Let's try some more sentences. Complete the sentences. Use the past tense form of the following verbs: chase, reach, catch, wave, fall, turn, into. Take some time and try to fill in the blanks. Listen to the answers and see how you have done. Number 5. Jim fell overboard, so he started to swim as hard as he could. He swam and he swam until he reached an island. Number 6. The 3 bears chased Goldilocks out of the house and down the garden path, but they didn't catch her. Number 7. The wizard waved his magic wand, and the boy turned into a frog. How did you do with action verbs? Did you get all 7 correct? Now we're going to move on to have a look at reporting verbs. We use reporting verbs in dialogues when we report what the characters said in a story. Reporting verbs can be put before or after the subject. For example, Rapunzel said, "Your teeth are black." "Your teeth are black," said Rapunzel. We can use different reporting verbs in different situations. When the character is asking a question, Rapunzel asked, "How often do you brush your teeth?" When the character is answering a question, the prince replied,
Once a week.
when the character is telling someone an idea. Rapunzel suggested, "You ought to brush your teeth twice a day." When the character is speaking to someone, the prince said,
Look, my teeth are clean.
when the character carries on saying something after a pause, the prince continued,
My fingernails are clean too.
When the character is yelling at someone or saying something loudly. Tommy shouted.
You're a naughty boy.
When the character is saying something loudly because he or she is dissatisfied or annoyed. The goat cried.
May! Oh dear! I can't get out!
When the character is speaking quietly. Jenny whispered, "Let me tell you a secret." It's time for another practice exercise. Complete the sentences. Use the past tense form of the verbs. Cry, ask, reply, shout. Let's take a look at the answers and see how you did. Jack, did you sell the cow at the market today? Asked Mum.
Uh, no, I swapped it for some magic beans.
Replied Jack. You stupid boy, shouted Mum. Now we haven't got any money, she cried. Here is another practice exercise. Complete the sentences. Use the past tense form of the verbs shout, ask, reply. Let's take a look at the answers. Father Bear opened the door and saw a little girl standing there.
Who are you?
He asked. I'm Goldilocks, and I'm very sorry for breaking the baby bear's chair, she replied.
Speak up. I can't hear you.
Shouted Father Bear. Writing a story using a story map. In this part, we're going to look at using story maps to help us write a story. Can you write a story about these pictures? Take some time and look at the pictures. What is a story map? We have a title, a setting, main characters, a problem, events, a solution, and an ending. You can write your ideas in a story map like this. When and where did the story take place? Setting: one day, Grandma's house. Your story map need have only short notes. It happened one day at Grandma's house. Who are the people in the story? Main characters: a boy called Eric, a genie. Look at the pictures again. Write down your ideas for pictures 1 to 3. When we write stories, it's helpful to think about all the question words that could add more details to the story. What happened? What happened next? What did the genie do? What was Eric's wish? What happened next? Here are some examples of possible answers to the questions. What happened? Eric dropped a box. What happened next? A bottle broke. A genie appeared. What did the genie do? Gave Eric one wish. What was Eric's wish? To be taller. What happened next? Eric grew taller and taller, as tall as a house, too tall. Let's look at the story map again. Problem. The 3 points under problem are about pictures 1 to 3. Eric dropped a bottle at Grandma's house. A genie appeared and gave Eric one wish. Eric grew too tall. Now look at pictures 4 and 5 and complete the story map. Here are some examples of possible answers to the questions. What did Eric want the genie to do? Eric wanted the genie to make him shorter. What was the genie's idea? The genie said that they could ask the wizard for help. What did they do next? They went to find the wizard. How did they get to the wizard's house? They crossed a river and climbed a mountain. What happened next? Did the wizard help Eric? How? Write your ideas under solution. Here are some examples. of possible answers. The wizard gave Eric a magic drink. Did Eric become his normal size again? Eric became his normal size again. How did Eric feel? Eric was very happy. What happened in the end? What did the people do? Write your ideas under ending. Here are some examples of possible answers. Eric wanted to learn magic. The genie wanted to improve his magic. They became the wizard's pupils. Well done! Now you can use your notes in the story map to write the story. First, give your story a title. Now, put your ideas in the story map into sentences. Now put the sentences into paragraphs. You can add extra details, adverbs, linking words, and dialogue to make the story more interesting. Have a look at all the extra details, adverbs, linking words, and dialogue that have been added to the story here. Here is the completed story, written using the notes made in our story map. Listen to the story and perhaps you can share your story with a friend. Eric and the Genie. One day, a boy called Eric found a box of old things at his grandmother's house. In the box there was a bottle. Eric accidentally dropped the bottle and it broke. Suddenly, a genie appeared and said,
I'm the genie of the bottle. You can have one wish, but only one.
Eric made a wish. He wanted to be taller. The genie said,
Abracadabra.
after a while, Eric grew taller and taller. In the end, he was as tall as a house. Eric cried,
Oh no, I'm too tall. Please make me shorter. I'm sorry, I can't.
the genie replied.
I can only give you one wish.
Then the genie had an idea. He said,
I know. We can ask the wizard for help.